This is very interesting, but also what we're dealing with now is such a globalized problem. And really we're dealing with corporate crime here. So when you look at the carbon majors report that came out a few months ago that identified, I think it's 86 companies in the world that are accountable for 60% of excess greenhouse gas emissions since, I think it's the 1970s to 2010. So that's just 86 companies that we're looking at in terms of global governance. Now, as you can imagine, the majority of those companies are energy companies. So this is really also about where those global players actually undertake business. Now, when we're looking at creating an international crime of ecocide through an amendment to the Rome Statute, which then governs 121 countries, it marginalises very quickly where they undertake their operations, and it limits them rapidly to where they can even sell what it is that they're extracting elsewhere. So suddenly you're left with a choice. If you wish to continue with ecocide and essentially have your operations outlawed in the majority of countries, it leaves you, it reduces you down to just a few countries. But if you want to continue as a global player, then you'll play with the new rules of the game, because actually it will be easier to gain finance. And this is also about how we stymie the flow of money. Investors will not want to invest in something that's deemed an international crime on the whole. So you're largely creating an outlawed way of engaging with business at the very top end. And you're creating a new normative, and you're creating a new flow of money into the innovation in the other direction. It becomes harder and harder for companies to continue operating under that. And in fact, what you're doing is you're creating a level playing field so that those companies can then actually turn their ships around and become clean energy companies instead.